So something I've seen mentioned on a couple of videos before, and I actually was watching like some cooking show recently where this came up. Something that's very uniquely Swedish. It's called the Smörgåstårta, which I believe is like a savoury cake. So I wanted to learn more about it. I mean, it says it there, sorry, Sweden sandwich cake. Tell me if you've had one before. I'm guessing you probably have. What type of smörgåstårta do you like? Have you made one yourself? Is it easy to make? Interested to learn more about it. When you see the photographs of it, when you see it on videos, it looks very interesting. I would actually love to try it, really. And yeah, let's check it out and learn
Google
more.
Smörgåstårta and tell me what you think it is. I mean, it's a cake, but it has shrimps and salmon, and the base is bread, so it's a sandwich cake.
It's like Smörgåstårta. You can't really describe it in any other way.
I mean, that's what it is. I love sandwiches. This is just it kind of presented in the form of a cake. Like, what's not to like, really?
I do love a food that defies
so fancy.
expectations, and this one does seem to have it all.
It's a Swedish classic from the 1930s.
This is Jovan.
Johan Sandelin Jarlsson, and I'm the owner and the head pastry chef here at Betkatten.
He says that it's a very Swedish food.
If you're from out of Sweden, you think meatballs is so Swedish, but it's not. Smörgåstårta is very typical Swedish. You have it all over the country.
So it's very popular as
So
well.
for the record, what is it?
It's a cake, torta, and it's sandwich. So it's a sandwich cake.
But like logistically, the base of this sandwich cake is a white bread that has a filling.
We have a special mixture called skagenröra here. It's just fresh shrimps, mayonnaise, and a pinch of horseradish.
The cake is then covered in a whipped cream cheese and or mayonnaise and left to sit refrigerated overnight.
And then we decorate it with the salmons and shrimps. A lot of people love it. We make at least 10 a day. So I mean, it's big.
But like, do you have to buy it as a cake, or is there places you can go and just buy a slice, as if you would just buy like a sandwich, or if it was a cake, like just buy a slice of cake? And is it like, do you have it like, is it like certain occasions? Is this like something you just have for your normal dinner? Is it more like a birthday or a celebration, something like that?
Surprisingly, here in New York City, I was unable to find it.
Yeah, hi. I was wondering if you guys had Smörgåstårta? You don't. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I was wondering if you guys had Smörgåstårta? You don't. You don't. Okay, thank you.
So I'm gonna just have to make it on my own.
We usually have two different kinds. We have one with meat, and then we have with the seafood.
So I'm gonna go with the seafood one. There's a really big seafood section here at my grocery store.
It comes from smorgasbord, a full buffet filled with delicacies.
Mayo. And the bread. Got the bread.
My grandma always used to serve smörgåstårta when I was a kid. It's part of our heritage here because it's the best of everything.
So is it something he said his gran served it? Is it something like the older generation would make? Like for me, when I go to my gran's house when I'm younger, there's like certain types of food she would make, and it's that more traditional food. Is this like an older generation thing, or do the younger generation enjoy it? Do they make it as well?
I think we're ready to make this cake. Sandwich. Make this sandwich cake.
Okay, I've got what I need for part one. Jovan, chef, walk me through this.
If you don't want to cook, it's a perfect dish. First we cut the bread, then we spread the filling,
Mini shrimp salads.
then we put another layer of bread,
This is not a typical activity for me to do on my living room floor.
another filling, and then the bread.
It looks like buttercream, truly.
Then we cover it in fresh cheese or mayonnaise.
Part one, done. Off to the fridge. Day two.
Day after you decorate it with all the fresh fish and salmon and shrimps and everything, and then you eat it same day. So it gets quite creamy and quite, to say, gooey. There's a lot of flavors, but it's not a lot of texture.
Actually, it looks quite good. The one she did.
All right, let's see what this is about. Oh, I think Jovan did this a bit of an injustice. I think the word gooey is not right. I do feel that it's very soft, but like
If you like cream cheese and if you like smoked fish, make yourself a smorgastorta. It's good. I wonder if you used maybe a heartier bread. Actually, who cares? This is good. My final verdict on this, is it a sandwich or a cake? Joven's right. It's just a sandwich cake. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments if there are any other foods you'd like to learn about and have me explore. Until then, skål.
I mean, I guess with that, like, when you get a bagel, like, a common topping is, like, cream cheese and smoked salmon, so it's kind of similar, like, but obviously it's in the cake form. Yeah, for me, like, I definitely want to try that, man. It looks very tasty. I don't actually imagine it would be too difficult to make it as well. You're just making basically a sandwich up the way. I guess, like, when you make a club sandwich is also not as big as that. You don't need to cover it, but it's like a similar concept, having a layered sandwich. Yeah, tell me more about it. What's your favourite, like, filling or, like, toppings and that sort of thing as well? If you have anything that's maybe not traditional, I guess you could put a lot of sort of different things on here. Yeah, tell me more about Smörgåstårta. Thanks.